This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Very good evening to you and welcome to Headlines Now with me, Ashmit Kumar. Now, a fast-track court in Chennai finds itself in the middle of might seem to be an uncomfortable posture. The court takes offence to sitting with your legs crossed and an unprecedented move hands down a conviction, which raises the question tonight, do you qualify as a convict the next time you sit with your legs crossed? An interesting question in light of today's verdict. And to delve into that, we are joined on Headlines Now by Mr. Ramanathan, the counsel for Shankar, the convict. We will also be joined shortly by Mr. Anand, a lawyer by profession. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. A range of critical developments are knocking on your door at the top of this hour. Let's take a look. A Raja is not off the hook. Apex Court looks to corner him, says that he disregarded the Prime Minister. Cries for JPC probe in the 2G scam by the opposition grow louder. AIADMK stands its ground, will protest on Saturday. The Chief Minister sides with textile majors, asks the Prime Minister to stop the export of cotton, citing hike in cotton prices. One judgment that will make you sit up literally. Madras fast-track court hands down a conviction for sitting with crossed legs.
It's very shocking. No judicial officer would ever think of this aspect as a contempt of the court.
Underpaid, exploited and abused. The story not of slaves but trained therapists from Thailand.
ஜென்ஸுக்கு மசாஜ் பண்ண வர்றவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து சில செக்ஷுவல் ஹராஸ்மெண்ட் வரும்போது இந்த பிள்ளைங்க போய் ஹையர் அத்தாரிட்டி கிட்ட சொல்றாங்க.
Hopes of higher education get a legal push. Don't get flimsy excuses for denying loans, the Madras High Court instructs banks. Let's also take a look at developments from across the country. The army explores the option of demolishing Mumbai's Adarsh society after extensive proof that Adarsh plot was defence land. LK Advani says only a JPC probe will end the parliament deadlock as the stalemate enters 15th day.
The government is indifferent to the problem of corruption.
After Ratan Tata's petition against the Radia tape leaks, Supreme Court issues notices to Government Home Ministry, IT and 2 news magazines. A week after the gang rape of a BPO employee in Delhi, 2 men are arrested, 1 more surrenders. The Andhra Chief Minister's first test, 1 minister quits, others say they are unhappy with their portfolios. But the Congress says the government is safe.
Everything is stable, don't worry.
Now, A. Raja finds himself tangled in the crosshairs of the Apex Court after charges of scam. Supreme Court now looks to grill the former Minister for Telecom, portraying a sense of disrespect to the Prime Minister. Now, the court cited Raja's reply to Dr. Manmohan Singh's November 2007 letter, where he asked Raja to consider auctioning 2G spectrum. Now, in his reply, to the Prime Minister, Raja said that auctioning would be unfair, arbitrary and discriminatory because it would be against the TRAI recommendations. In his response, the counsel said that Raja may be guilty of gloss but definitely not disrespect. Slamming the wording of the letter though, Justice A.K. Ganguly said that it was a practice that a letter addressed to the highest executive must be tempered. The court also found fault with A. Raja for disregarding the advice of Law Minister to refer the spectrum to the empowered group of ministers. Staying with action from the world of politics, the logjam in the parliament continued for the 15th straight day despite the earnest efforts of Lok Sabha Speaker Meena Kumar. Her efforts to table some important bills proved to be futile. Opposition under the BJP continued with their high-octane demands for a JPC probe into the 2G spectrum scam. The Trinamool Congress President Mamata Banerjee also bore the brunt as she tried to pass the railway's supplementary demand for grants. Now, even as the Parliament logjam continues, the issue has roused the AIADMK General Secretary Jayalalitha to react and to place the blame on DMK Chief Karunanidhi. Now, her latest salvo is that the Parliament could not function for over 14 days as the DMK Chief is indirectly opposing the JPC probe into the 2G spectrum case. She said that the JPC is best way to bring about the truth in the 2G spectrum scam. She also said that the 1.76 lakh crores should be recovered from Karunanidhi's family members. Now, the DMK government should be dismissed is the charge that she levelled. And she also stated that the AIADMK will protest in Chennai on Saturday, demanding a JPC probe into the 2G spectrum case. Now, meanwhile, the Chief Minister, Karunanidhi, has written to the Prime Minister, not on Raja this time, but about exports of cotton from the country. Karunanidhi highlighted the increase in prices of cotton since the month of September. The cotton prices had gone up by 20% due to clearance given for exports, and the Chief Minister feels it's important to build cotton stocks to feed the textile sector here. He also said that export of cotton yarn should be moderated. Now, in some more news from the state, as the skies continue to pour down on the state, there seems to be little respite for the people. In Chennai today, schools today declared a holiday after heavy showers last night left the streets inundated. Nugambakam recorded 53.3 millimeters, while Meenambakam saw 45 millimeters of rainfall. The retreating monsoons have taken a severe toll on the state. Large tracts of farmland with crops have been submerged, while various rain-related incidents have claimed dozens of lives. The devastating impact can be seen in districts like Ramanathapuram, Thenu, Thiruvarur and Kadalur. Even Madurai has been seeing heavy rains for the last 3 weeks. Speaking of heavy rains, the heavy downpour this monsoon, reservoirs of dams are fast reaching their full capacity. Stanley Reservoir has touched 119.7 feet, and this is the 37th time that the dam is going to be filled to its maximum capacity. Other water bodies are also filling up very quickly, and the Kadalur collector has called for an emergency evacuation. Now, in an Ndtv-Hindu special report, they say love is blind, but are there blinders on safety and privacy as the internet as well? Our crime reporter Salim went on a trail of how the latest stalker on the loose might just be on your favorite social networking site. We unleashed the trail of obsession online, where one can take revenge virtually. Cyber cell cops say this trend is catching up, with 7 arrests being made in a month alone. Offenders can be jailed from anywhere between 3 to 7 years, but this does not seem to deter the criminals. Here is Ndtv-Hindu's special report on how people are violating cyber privacy and compromising safety.
"27-year-old Priya, an engineer by profession and already married, was surprised when she received marriage proposals from random people. A little digging on the profile of her networking sites unearthed the fact that her relationship status on Facebook profile was changed from married to in an open relationship. She lodged a complaint with the city cybercrime cell. They traced the IP address to a software company in Chennai, and shockingly it was Priya's ex-husband Rahul and his female colleague who were behind such a smear campaign.
See, this is a social menace. We have to see how strictly we have to deal with it, whether we should treat them like outright criminals or it's only a social kind of misbehavior which needs to be addressed in schools and colleges.
At least 1 in 10 complaints handled by the Chennai Cybercrime Cell relates to such issues of harassment, defamation and invasion of privacy when using social networking sites like Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn and others. Here are some possible crimes committed using social networking sites. The term cyber stalking refers to gathering information and misusing the same in order to harass. It may be false accusations, monitoring, making threats, identity theft, and damage to data or equipment. When social networking sites are occasionally used to emotionally abuse individuals, it is known as trolling. Social networking sites can sell one's personal information to anyone who wants to buy it, including spammers and online predators. In some cases, one creates a profile for a real-life person in a manner which can ruin the person's reputation by publishing offensive material. This is called cyberbullying. So what will you do if you have fallen prey? Sit and cry? Or seek ways to get hold of your life?
Is send out personalized email from your other email accounts to all your friends who you think are in the immediate friend circle and let them know that your account has been compromised. Next, save all the photographs or the information that you received wrongly through your account that's been compromised. Save them up because you will need them as evidence. And finally, approach the cybercrime authorities, hand them the evidence and make a complaint.
Although offenders can be booked, cyber cops say 90% of the complainants prefer to settle the issue out of court. Only 10% insist on taking action even if the accused is well known to them.
Wherever it's very nasty or where the person has been maligned in a very, deprecatory manner, there we take very severe action. Like sometimes the ex-girlfriend is passed off as a call girl or something like that. There we take very severe action.
There are just a couple of real solutions to a problem like this. Either you can seek the help of the police or follow the example set by the cybercrime officers. They don't have an account in a social networking site. You too can be cautious with whatever information you put out on the internet. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Now, meanwhile, even the president of NASSCOM, So Mittal, seems to have similar views about the need for cybersecurity. Let's listen into him.
There are people who would be hacking, and today everything is getting digitized. I think we should be all aware that this could have some significant implications, and we must do all that we can to protect data. NASSCOM has set up cyber labs across the country, including one in Chennai, to train security personnel, police people who are today responsible for investigation and cybercrime prevention, so that we can train them. We have also signed up with CBI, who have a fairly elaborate and a sophisticated lab in Delhi to be looking at cyber forensics.
Now, in a ruling that is expected to tilt the scales in favor of the student community, the Madras High Court today directed nationalized and commercial banks in the country not to deny educational loans. Now, the court observed that students are central to the economic development of the country. Hearing a petition by twin sisters Divya and Preeti from Vellore district, who were denied educational loans by a nationalized bank on flimsy grounds, the court today said that the national and commercial banks should evolve a student-friendly guidelines and instruct their managers, especially in rural branches, not to deny education loans on insignificant grounds. Now, the sisters were seeking education loans in order to pursue an engineering course. Now, lessons in manners courtesy of the judicial system and not your mother. Learn more about this unprecedented case on the other side.